Brought to you by Express Care Health and Skin Center. Get in, get out, get better.
Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, we are talking about New Year's health resolutions and how to keep them. It is the second week of the year, and you're probably just getting into your routine of exercising and eating healthy. We've got some viewer questions, Doc, so let's get to those.
Sure.
Michelle from Jitka asks, do you think working out with a buddy can help with attaining my fitness goal?
I think it depends on the buddy.
Right.
But definitely try to choose a buddy who's better than you. This is something that people often do. They feel shy, you know, I'm going to pick somebody who's at my level or below my level so I'm not embarrassed. You know what? Pick somebody who's better, who's already going to pull you along, who's already, you know, got some good things going, because you can learn a lot from them and they'll inspire you. That's why a personal trainer is so great, effective, you know. But anyway, so pick a buddy that's motivated, that's not going to let you down, and then go together, and you'll be more successful because you'll be accountable to somebody else.
Accountability, that's a big factor. Jay from Maritzo asks, I made a resolution to work out more. What is an ideal amount of time I should spend in the gym per week? And we just kind of touched on that.
So the minimum would be 30 minutes 5 times a week, and better 1 hour 5 times a week. And if you can do it every day, that's great. I even have some patients who are in their morning and evening doing, let's say, weights in the morning and doing aerobic in the evening. You know, the more the better. We're made to move.
2-a-days.
Yeah.
Cynthia from Agate asks, I always make a resolution to lose weight but get discouraged when I hit a plateau. What can I do to overcome it?
Well, that's where you begin with that end in mind. When you know you're going to reach a plateau, that's normal in weight loss. It always happens because your metabolism adjusts to a new you, a new weight, a new exercise routine and all of that. So at the beginning, it's easy to lose weight. You lose 5 or 10 pounds, no problem. And then it seems like you're stuck. And that's where you have to push it up. At that point, if you're doing your 5 days a week, you might have to do 6. You might have to really start counting your calories, you know, with a phone app or something like that, where you're just going to really have to take it up a notch. And usually it's in the physical exercise area that people have to take it up. They'll say, I've been walking, but you haven't been walking fast enough or long enough.
Yeah,
So,
no fair, just strolling along.
Yeah. So at the beginning that'll work, but then you're going to have to push it up, and that's exciting because it means that you're reaching a new level. So think of a plateau not as being stuck, as that next step before you go even higher. You can do it.
All right. Susan from Agana Heights asks, I want to eat healthier for the new year. How important is it to keep a food journal? And you were just talking about counting calories.
Yeah. It is very helpful because we forget what we're eating, and sometimes we're not really even paying attention. We're just talking to people and eating, and we don't even realize what's gone in our mouth. And so keeping a journal is helpful as long as you don't get over-focused on food, and then all you think about is food, and that actually makes you hungrier. So maybe just making it a routine at the end of your meal, just type in or write down what you ate, and then you can look back and count up what you actually did eat during the day.
Let's go back to calorie intake.
Yeah.
What is the normal for men and women?
Right, so depending again on your physical activity at work, let's say if you're a construction worker, of course you need more calories than somebody who works at a desk, but generally for men it would be around 2,000 calories a day to maintain, and for women about 1,500. So less than that would be good. 1,200 for women would be good, 1,800 for men. Slowly you'll lose weight. Pound a week is very good. 2 pounds a week is too much. Just somewhere around that. Okay. 1 to 2 pounds a week.
And also, while they're doing their food journal, that would also include drinks like coffee, sugary,
coffee and
tea,
alcohol,
soda,
definitely.
and alcohol.
Lots of calories in those, and especially those sweet drinks from coffee shops.
The ones that are so good.
Yeah.
Chris from Manila asks, I have a friend who made a resolution to slash her sodium consumption. What is the ideal daily intake, and what does sodium do to the body? And this is a good question because we all love our soy sauce.
Yes, soy sauce. Well, again, there's national guidelines on that, and adults in the United States should have less than 1 teaspoon of salt per day, of sodium, and that is about 2,400 milligrams per day. So we're looking at less than that, and you can read it on the food label, you know how much is in that. So a teaspoon of 1 tablespoon of soy sauce has about 1,000 milligrams, and then 1 pack of chips somewhere between 800 and 900. So you can really eat a lot of sodium in a big hurry. Other sources are like bread and you know, anything that's basically when you're adding salt. So try to go low sodium whenever you're buying canned foods and any other foods, and don't add salt to your actual diet. The last thing would be to substitute. So instead, there's a product called Mrs. Dash that has potassium rather than sodium. You can buy it in the spice section, and that tastes pretty good. And then you could use peppers or garlic or onions or those type of things to flavor your food.
Okay,
Yeah.
sounds good, but that's for all the stafal lovers out there.
Yeah, because I guess the last part of that question was, what does it do to your body? Well, it makes you retain fluid and makes your heart have to work harder because your blood pressure is higher. So that's the main effect.
Contributes to high blood pressure.
That's right.
Our last question comes from Jennifer from Santa Rita. Are there any phone apps that you know of that can help with keeping her healthy resolutions?
There are so many things out there, but I think one of the most helpful ones is a calorie counter. There's dozens of those where you can type in, I ate, you know, a Burger King sandwich, and this is how many calories there are in there. And they're quite specific, you know, including all of those fast food restaurants, which you should try to avoid. But that's helpful. There's pedometers, meaning you can count how many steps you've taken. You can count, you know, how many calories you've burned off by running. It's all there. You just have to look it up. So have fun with your phone and have a really healthy year.
I think there's an app for everything.
There
right?
is.
All right, so remembering that the most important thing is to be realistic when you make a resolution. It should also be achievable and sustainable. And the more specific, the better. You mentioned SMART, which was
specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely.
All right, Doc, thanks again for coming in.
Sure.
Thanks for expertise and tips. Tune in next week. Dr. Lom will be back again, and she'll be answering questions about appendicitis and abdominal pain. You can, of course, send your questions to healthyliving@kuam.com. We're back.